Amber's Kitchen. I am going to show you how I make my ground beef recipe using Cambrooke's patty mix to do so. I've really come to enjoy these patty mixes. I've used them in so many different ways. Like in this case, I'm going to show you how to make my ground beef recipe, which you can turn into almost anything from taco meat to hamburger patties to, if you use the Italian sausage mix that Cambrooke has, you can turn them into meatballs or make a Bolognese sauce with the meat and the marinara sauce mixed together. They also have a new seafood mix, which I have recently used to develop a jackfruit like crab cake using this mix in it. So these have really become my favorite thing to have in the kitchen, and I use them a lot. So today with the ground beef, the first thing you're going to need is, you'll need a food processor. You'll need a baking sheet lined with foil sprayed with cooking spray and your oven preheated to 350. With the canned jackfruit, you're going to want to rinse it really well because it is in brine and will be salty, so you want to rinse it off really well. You're also going to want to make sure you remove any seeds you find because they could be higher in protein, and we don't want that. And then squeeze out the excess water because you don't want this mix to be real moist. Okay, so we're going to put that into the food processor first. Then you're going to have about 4 ounces of mushrooms, quarter. If they're large, cut them in quarters. If they're small, you just cut them in half because it's all going to get cut up together. Next thing we're going to need is about 1/3 of a cup, a heaping cup of finely chopped onions and 2 cloves of garlic minced. And we're going to throw that all in here together. There we go. We're going to turn on our food processor. We want it to kind of resemble that ground meat kind of look. So we're going to do that. Turn this on. There we go. We're going to pulse it over the You can kind of see that there a little bit. That's looking really good. Now, you don't want to chop it up too much because you don't want it to become like a paste. You still want it to have some chunks and some texture to it. Looks really good. Nice and chopped up in there. I used red onions when I'm putting this mix together, but if you want a less potent onion, you can use a shallot or a white onion in its place. There we go. We're going to dump this mixture out into our bowl. Alright, let's dump this in here. Try and get as much of that out as you can. The next thing we're going to add here is 2 tablespoons of coconut Aminos. Bragg's is a very popular brand of this. It's basically like a lower protein soy sauce. It is still going to be on the salty side, so leave your seasonings to the end. I'm also going to add 1/2 teaspoon of this browning sauce, Kitchen Bouquet browning sauce. It just helps add a little bit of color to our mixture here. If you want it to be a little darker, you could add a little bit more to this. There we go. Starting to develop a little bit of a darker color, almost a meaty, cooked meat look. Add a 1/4 cup of our burger patty mix here. This is what's going to help the jackfruit and the mushrooms kind of bind together, creating that crumbled meat look. And that's why I've really come to enjoy this mix. It acts as a really great binder to give this nice meaty texture. And these tacos, when I make my daughter's tacos, it's one of her favorites. She even loves to take it to school and put it together herself. And I use this exact meat mixture when I do it. Here we go. And if you're going to go further and you know what you want to do with it, you can go ahead and season now before you bake it. I tend to wait because sometimes I use it for multiple things instead of just making taco meat or hamburgers. Sometimes I'll break it up into other things. So See, it's already kind of starting to come together. Alright, now I just need just a touch of oil, about a teaspoon. There we go. There we go. Alright, looking great. Nice and crumbled. Now we're going to move this to our baking pan, and then we're going to put it in the oven and bake it for about 20 minutes or so. Just enough to kind of dry it out a little bit, and then it'll be ready to use. So let's go ahead and get that started. See how nicely this is going to break up when it dries out a little bit. And then once it's done and dried out of the oven, I can show you different ways that you can quickly throw it together for other meals or snacks. Alright, now we're going to stick this in the oven for about 20 minutes. When the timer's up, we'll pull it out and take a good look at it. Stick around, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, time is up. Mine only took about 18 minutes. So you do want to watch it. You do want it to get like a nice golden brown color, because it'll start to look more and more like our ground beef that we really wanted to try and mimic. And you can see how it's starting. It kind of crumbles a little bit. Very easy to use, but it is pliable enough that you can put it together and make patties out of it also. You may even be able to shape them into little sausages. I saw recently somebody was asking for a sausage recipe. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So you can definitely use this for so many things. You can make sloppy joes with this. You know, use the sloppy joe sauce, mix it in a little bit, and crumble it in a pan, add the sauce, and then serve it on a bun. Good to go. Alrighty, I'll show you what it looks like once we take it and cook with it. Here's my taco meat recipe, all ready to go. I just added some taco seasoning to it, threw in what I needed to use for tacos in a pan, sauteed it with the seasoning, got it ready to go. I have my tortilla here, so we're just going to add a little bit here to my tortilla. And these are the Cambrooke Tortillas, so if you have trouble with them being a little bit dry, I like to keep mine in the refrigerator. Doesn't dry them out as much, and then I let them come to room temperature on the counter. It makes them a lot easier to use. And you can fill this almost like a burrito, put any filling you really want there. Use sour cream if you like, if your diet allows it, lettuce, tomatoes, things like that. And there you go. You got your taco meat ready to go. Again, this mixture, I hope, finds it into your home, and I hope you all love it. It is so easy to use, and again, you can use the different patty mixes to make different things using this exact same recipe. Just sub out, instead of the burger mix, use a sausage mix, turn it into meatballs, or maybe even small little Italian sausages. You can use the chicken patty mix to make like a chicken mix, or maybe even for Thanksgiving, maybe like a kind of like a turkey patty. So there's a lot of different ways to use these mixes, and this is one of my favorite ways. And again, please give it a shot, and be sure to keep your eye out, because I will show you different ways to use these mixes other than this ground beef recipe. So I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.